Okay, everybody, welcome back to week 4. And this day is going to be super cool for you because this is one of my favorite exercises. It's going to make you feel super good, and we're going to get in touch with our inner child. Now, this is going to sound like therapy, and maybe it is a little bit, but you're going to enjoy it. It's going to make you feel so good. And it's actually very important, a part of the healing process, because this is where we're going to start getting in touch with our youthfulness, our playfulness, and our positivity. And if you've had anxiety and any kind of negativity, whether it's anger or whatever else, like this is where we're going to start like switching over to more positive, creative, like better thought processes, better emotions, and start lifting ourselves up. So in this week, we're going to be taking out our inner child out on a date. Now, this is actually super fantastic, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Each and one of us has an inner child within us that just wants to go play, that just wants to go have fun. And, like most of us are probably adults and working by now, and that stuff sucks. But like the inner child always wants to play. And so the thing about this is that by now, when you're an adult, like relaxing and having a great time is usually stuff like going to the bar and watching the football game and drinking a beer, or if you're a girl, like going out and getting a new haircut and getting your nails done and things like that. And that's like stuff that's for adults, okay? But every one of us has an inner child within us that wants to go play and have fun. And a lot of people do not pay attention to those feelings, and actually the majority of people never ever really pay attention to this at all. But what we're going to be doing is once a week from now on that you're watching this video, you're going to be taking your inner child out on a date for like 2 hours once a week. And so this is a super cool exercise. You're going to be enjoying this, and this is going to be something you're going to be looking forward to each and every single week. Now, what is a date with your inner child? Now, a date with your inner child is just what it is. Whatever the 5-year-old in you would want to do, that's what you go do for 2 hours. And it doesn't really matter what it is as long as you're having fun. And so this is what you're going to do by yourself. And so don't bring any friends. Don't bring, your girlfriend or boyfriend. Don't bring any family. This is just you by yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you what a date is not. Okay, before I go into what it is. So if you're a guy, like going out on taking your inner child out on a date is not going to the bar to drink beer, watch the football game, and eat chicken wings, or or if you're a girl, is not going to get a new haircut and getting a new dress and buying shoes. So like, think about what the 5-year-old in you would want to do. Perhaps it's go to the mall and go to the arcade for like 2 hours. It takes like $10 to go play video games at an arcade, with $10. It's like super simple. Like, each and every kid would probably love to go to the arcade, but your mom or dad probably gave you like $1 to go play. But now that you're an adult, you probably have $10 laying around that you could go use to go play an arcade game or whatever. But that's just an idea. Or you can go take yourself out to a movie and go watch a kid's movie or whatever that you might actually enjoy. Like earlier today, I was watching Home Alone, and it's like watching Home Alone 1 and 2 made me feel like I was 10 years old again. And it's just like, it's still funny to this day, and it's still just as entertaining as it was like 20 years ago and whenever that movie came out. So spend some time with your inner child. So whatever that means and whatever that is. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You could go buy a cheap paint set from Walmart for like $7 and then just go sit in your room and go paint for a little bit and put on some music or whatever and spend some time with your inner child. Whatever that inner child wants to do, just listen for it and it'll tell you what it wants to do. Maybe you just want to go, yeah, sure, you can maybe do things like go to the beach or go to the lake or whatever, but make sure you're getting in touch with the inner child that's within you, so that way you go and have fun. That's what your inner child would want to do, okay? So that's super important. So you're gonna feel, when you do this exercise, you're gonna feel really, you're gonna start getting in touch with your youthfulness, your playfulness, your positivity, and most importantly, you're gonna get in touch with the part of you that still had this, this feeling of wonder, like, what a magical world it could be. Because like by now you're probably an adult who pays bills and gets up and goes to work and hates life. And so, but if you actually, for 2 hours once a week, spend time with your inner child and just go do things with your inner child. Go to a movie and go to a lunch or dinner by yourself or whatever, but just do whatever the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old inside of you would want to do. I think like even about a year ago, I bought myself like a Jose Canseco baseball, an autographed baseball by Jose Canseco, because I loved Jose Canseco when I was like 10 years old. So it's like that was like a Christmas, like a little Christmas present I got for myself. So I mean, think about your inner child. What does it want to do? So this is actually a super cool, fun week that you get to do this cool exercise, and you do it every week, and this is gonna be something that you want to do. But just remember, it's what your inner child wants, not what the adult wants. It's, if you want to go bowling or whatever, as long as that's what your kid wants to do, go ahead and do it. But make sure it's not what the adult of you wants to do. Figure it out. Just like, you just think about it. What would you really like to do? Or what is something that you would want to do if you were a kid again? And now that you have that extra $20 in your pocket, go do it. Maybe you're gonna go buy some funny socks from the thrift store, or go buy some ice cream, or just buy some balloons. I don't know, whatever your inner child loved to do, just go do it. And so this is a really cool exercise. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be so much fun, and it's gonna be something that you're going to like look forward to doing. So just spend some time. Think about it. What does your inner child want to do? What would it want to do? And just write this top 10 things down, and then just pick it out like every week. Okay, I'm gonna go to a dinner and a movie, or I am gonna go to the arcade, or go ride some go-karts. I've even gone to batting cages and go hit some baseballs. I used to play baseball when I was a kid, but now that I can't play baseball anymore, there's not like any adult leagues. Softball's lame, but like baseball, go to the baseball cage, go hit some, for $8, that gives you enough rounds of just hitting baseballs. So I mean, just figure out what that little kid in you wants to do. You might even go to a playground, just go on the swing sets. It doesn't matter, but just spend some time with your inner self. That's the child within you. And again, this is the part of you that's going to be creative, that's going to be positive, that's going to give you that sense of wonder, the sense of like anything can happen. Because now that you're an adult, you might just be living a day-to-day, like everything's the same, boring routine. But like when you're a kid, you're looking forward to the future, and you're thinking about, oh, when I grow up, I want to do this and whatever. So getting in touch with your inner kid is going to be where our creativity comes from, where your sense of wonder, positivity, like you're going to have this new sense of life, and you're not going to feel old and like worn out like a lot of people are feeling. Like not like when you turn 30, you feel old, or 35 even, or whatever, people feel old, and you just feel older and older and older as life goes on, because you're not paying attention to the inner child that has like the childlike life that people are missing. So this is actually a super huge key point that everybody needs, that would benefit from. So I mean, if you ever feel old, it's because you're not in touch with your inner child, and it does not take a lot to impress your inner child or get them to have some fun. So I mean, just whatever it is, just think about it, take some time. What would your inner child want to do? And just go do it once a week, and then make sure you do it, and make sure you're on a routine. Like every week you set this time, set this date to where for these next 2 hours, it's just you by yourself, no friends, no family, you and your inner child. Go do it. Go see the new latest Disney movie at the movie theater, and then go by yourself, go to dinner somewhere, just you and your inner child. And then just, you could even think and even talk to your inner child, like what would you want to do? What would make your life better? What would you really want to do? What do you aspire to be? And so, this is what I was kind of thinking earlier before I made this video, was like a lot of people try to think of like careers that like, the adult self would want to do. But just like, if you don't like where you are in life, talk to your inner child. Like what kind of job would you want to give to your kid? Like, you wouldn't give your kid, an accountant job. Like, is that what, just imagine you had a 5-year-old next to you. I was like, okay, you're an accountant today for the rest of your life too. And so like, that's basically what you do yourself. So, but if you spend time with your inner child, you might be I mean, you might be in a position right now as an adult where you can actually change your life and change, if you really wanted to, you could, or start working towards those things. But think about what your inner child would want to do. Hey, so like, would your inner child want to go, work somewhere else, or what kind of career would you want your kid to have? Like, most people would not say, hey, you're going to be an accountant and sit in the office all day long and do math. So I don't think a lot of people would actually give that to their child. But so I think that's where a lot of people mess up in life, is like they think about what their adult self needs or should do, but think about what their inner child would do. Maybe your inner child would rather be a writer and write books. And no matter where you are in life right now, you can do that. Like, if I wanted to, I can go write a book right now and go throw it on Amazon and go sell it for so sell a book for $5, $4.99, and have 100 people buy that book a month, and now I'm making an extra $500 a month. So I mean, there's no reason why you can't do what you really want to do, or what your inner child wants to do. So, but these are the kind of things that you find out when you start doing these things. When you get in touch with your inner child, you start thinking about what you want to do with your life, and what would you rather do, and what's more fun. So I'm just saying, do this exercise. You're gonna get lots of revelations, and like what you think and how you feel and how you view life. And you're gonna start feeling youthful and playful and more positive, and start having this more sense of wonder that like there's a lot of life still to you, no matter how old you are. Like, I'm 39 right now, but like every time I hang out with my inner child, it's like, let's go do this, let's go do that. And I go do those things, and that's where your creativity comes from. And making your inner child is what makes you happy. So like, if you're having a hard time being creative or being productive and making things happen at work or in life, take your inner child out. Make your inner child happy, because usually it's the inner child that comes up with a really cool idea on how to make your life better. So take this tip to heart and start doing this once a week, to where you actually make it a point to hang out with your inner child and go do something fun. Don't just sit in your room with your inner child. Go do something fun. What would your inner child want to do? Just think about that and go do it. It might even go onto a playground and go swing on some swings. It doesn't matter, but spend 2 hours a week with your inner child and find out what that inner child wants, and go do it. And you're gonna start seeing some major changes in how you think and how you feel and how to make your life better, I promise you, because that's where all your creativity and all your positivity and all your sense of wonder comes from. So take this tip to heart and start doing it this week. See you next video.